In this video, I want to give you a perspective on manifestation that will hopefully make your life a little bit easier. This video is for those of you who think manifestation is hard. It takes a forever of repetition and a lot of mental effort and struggle to manifest your desires, to change your current beliefs, your current stories, especially if you're having a hard time with changing the current/old story into your desired outcome. I am going to share with you a perspective, literally, on manifestation, which, if applied, will become your experience, because I know that many of you are experiencing manifestation being hard, and that is absolutely unnecessary, speaking from experience. If you need a more personalized help with your manifestations, you can of course book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. You can also join my group coaching. In that case, send me an email from my booking page so that we can find a group that is comfortable for your time zone. And let's talk about this idea that manifestation is really hard, and specifically that changing your current beliefs is hard. Many of you have heard online, of course, that your conscious mind is the gatekeeper of your subconscious mind, and its job is to not let anything pass into your subconscious mind. The illusion that this creates is that when you realize that you have a story that is not serving you and you're trying to change it, story/assumptions/beliefs, that you're trying to change to experience something better, with this idea that your conscious mind is gatekeeping, or is the gatekeeper of your subconscious mind, and it just doesn't let anything pass to your subconscious mind, it makes it really, really hard to get your new story into your subconscious mind, which is that part of the mind that is manifesting. I myself have certainly had this belief and therefore also the experience, and I know that many of my clients are experiencing this. This is not the only reason why you experience your current story changing being difficult. We tend to hold on to the old story like it's the ultimate truth. This is another reason why manifestation feels very hard, and this is also the reason why you do a lot of back and forth. Joseph Murphy says that when you affirm your new reality, your new truth, your new desired outcome, make sure to not contradict it. The way you contradict it is when the old story comes up and you completely give into it, like that's what it is. This is the truth. The person hurt me, or I lost the money, or I am just this or that. And when you do that, now you affirmed that as your reality. And because that's already a belief, that is already manifesting effortlessly. So you need to find a way to something that works for you to not do that, because every time you repeat the old story, you just reaffirm it. So one is that you have an assumption about manifestation itself, that it is hard and it's going to take forever to change the old belief. The other is that this story that you experienced, or all the fears that you have, the doubts that you have, they're just true and unshakable, unchangeable. That's just how reality is. So none of it is true, by the way, because I want you to remember, now perspective number one of the video, I want you to remember that every belief, every assumption that you have is just a belief. None of your beliefs is the ultimate truth. Every single one of your beliefs and assumptions and the stories, and therefore also your experiences, are subjective. You can create the stupidest belief that makes absolutely no sense, not reasonable at all, and if that becomes a belief in your mind, it has to manifest. Somehow it has to manifest. Therefore, the reason I'm saying this is no belief is the ultimate truth. The person is like that. You have experienced a version of your specific person. Now you have this belief, that this fixed idea that this is how the person is, and you keep going back to that story. This is what makes manifestation seem really hard, because the more you focus on the old story, the more fixed it's going to seem. The more you focus on the 3D, the more fixed it's going to seem, but that's an illusion. Again, this is a perspective that I want to offer you for you to meditate on, to really get it into your mind that whatever I'm experiencing in the 3D is a manifestation of my own story, of my own beliefs, assumptions, stuff that I've been telling myself or believed as true. Now it manifested. Now I'm experiencing it as completely real, real, tangible, but it's not fixed. That's not the ultimate truth. And whatever you hear from society, other people, your friends, people don't change. He's this and that, she's this and that, you can find a better person, you can, but you're going to bring your assumptions with you, just so you know that. So, the more you focus on your experiences, the more you're going to experience them. Your mind isn't analyzing what you want, what you don't want. It's whatever you focus on. So that's one thing. So make sure that you question your beliefs, your assumptions, your stories, and even your experiences if you want to, if that helps you, because your experiences completely depend on your beliefs. If you believe, based on your experiences, that your SP is bad somehow, question that. If you believe based on your experiences that you're just bad at making money, question that. Why do I believe this about myself? And then, yes, I experience this, but why do I believe this about myself? Is it even true? It's never the ultimate reality. It's just a belief. Someone has put it in your head when you were a child or younger, or whatever happened that you came to believe something about yourself or about your ability to make money or be in a relationship, that then became your experience. And every time you have an experience, you react to it, then you reinforce that on your subconscious mind again, and then it manifests. So this is the one thing that I really, really want to challenge in this video. It is not hard to impress your subconscious mind with your new beliefs. Your conscious mind is not against you. It's not working against you. It's not a gatekeeper that doesn't let anything in. It's just a habitual story that pops up and it feels real because you've experienced it. So when you change the perspective on your beliefs and assumptions, your experience about them changes. So if you keep telling, and by the way, I am sure that many of you have heard, you have had this belief for 10 years, you can't expect it to change in one day. My question is, why not? What's going to stop it from changing? Again, unless you take the old belief more seriously and you keep going back to it. Because when you focus on a belief and a new belief, you're creating a new belief, you're creating a new story, you're creating a new set of assumptions about some situation you're in, a specific person, money, whatever it is. You focus on it, you take it seriously, and you repeat it, you have the inner experience. What is going to stop that from getting inside your subconscious mind and manifesting quickly? Only you going to that old story, and you are in full control of that. So please change this story you have about your beliefs that, I have believed this about myself or about this person for 50 years. It doesn't matter. Your subconscious mind is not going to sit there and go, oh no, I'm not going to change because let me make you suffer a little bit because you've had this belief for 50 years. It doesn't matter because it doesn't care. It only knows what you tell it. It has taken you 50 years or however long simply because you have been in that mindset. As soon as you change your mindset, your subconscious mind is not going to work against you, neither is your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is just making you conscious of your subconscious programming. It's whatever you're conscious of that is in your conscious mind. I hope I'm not being too technical. Please let me know in the comments. So one is, no, it's not hard to manifest because your subconscious mind is very, very impressionable. If you read Joseph Murphy and Thomas Troward also, I don't remember if Neville mentions this specifically, but if you read any of Neville's works, he never in any way makes it seem like it's hard to change your beliefs. Quite the opposite. But Joseph Murphy and Thomas Troward specifically say your subconscious mind is very impressionable. Therefore, you have to pay attention to what you think and imagine all day long, before sleep, etc. But you have your all day from you wake up till you go to sleep where your mind is thinking. So you have to pay attention because your subconscious mind is very impressionable, which makes it quite easy to impress on it something that you desire. If you have been in a negative mindset for days, don't freak out because you can change the direction of your thoughts and your imaginal acts any moment. So don't freak out. You're not creating a disaster. But just know that you don't go into your imaginal acts or your affirming with this thought that, okay, I have to affirm this for a year before something happens, or for months, or whatever it is. No, affirm it like it's true. Because it can sink into, it takes a second for it to sink into your subconscious mind, and then that's it. Your job is to not contradict it. So, and the last thing I want to say here, one other thing that give people the illusion that manifestation is really, really hard and it needs to take a long time or a lot of mental effort is because you get hung up on the how. When you don't see in front of you how it is ever going to manifest, then you draw the conclusion that then it's hard. How is it ever going to manifest? This is an impossible situation. It's a hard situation, so therefore it's hard. Now you create a new belief about manifestation itself. So everything is an assumption. What assumptions or beliefs do you have about manifestation itself? Because that also manifests. So make sure you change this. Again, belief about manifestation that it has to be hard, it takes a long time. Just because I have had this belief for a long time, therefore it is also going to take a long time for it to change. That's an assumption. No, it doesn't have to take a long time for an old belief to change. It can take, I don't want to give you a time because then the risk is that you might get hung up on the time, but it can change very, very quickly. So make sure to get this in your mind. The manifestation is easy and my subconscious mind is very impressionable. And just because I can see how it's going to manifest doesn't mean it's hard or it's going to take forever. My job is to stay in the end, regardless of what is happening in front of me in the 3D, regardless of me not seeing how it's ever going to come to pass. So I really wanted to challenge these beliefs that are very common that people have about manifestation. One, that it's hard because you have these beliefs that seem so fixed about the situation. And another is that just because you have had a belief, it needs to take a long time to change it. No. Or just because I can't see how it's going to manifest, so therefore it's difficult, or my conscious mind is not letting anything sink into my subconscious mind. Let's not treat our subconscious mind and our imagination, which is the infinite intelligence and the powerful God, as a human being, as a quite petty human being. It doesn't work like humans do. We tend to see and think of our imagination the way that we work on our human 3D level. That's not how it works. It's not analyzing, it's definitely not overanalyzing, it's not trying to figure out what you actually want. It's precise, it's whatever you tell it, that's what it takes as true, and that it manifests without questions. So I hope this helped. I hope this gave you sort of the seed that manifestation could be easy. Let me know in the comments if you do other things, or if you have other ideas about manifestation that really makes it seem difficult. And make sure to repeat to yourself that it's easy. Your subconscious mind is your friend. It's going to manifest whatever you tell it. So unless you go back and forth, but that's in your control. That's not how manifestation works. The back and forth is in your control. You fixating on your old story is in your control. You fixating on the 3D and not seeing the how, and all the fears, all the doubts, all the things that you don't want to experience, that's in your control. Your mind is in your control. So I really hope this was helpful and encouraging. And again, as I said in the beginning of the video, I hope that this made life a little bit easier for you to know that your subconscious is impressionable. When you affirm, your subconscious listens. Again, unless you go back and forth forever, that is what takes manifestation forever. So if you need a more personalized help with your manifestation, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. You can also join my Master Manifestor Mastermind group, or one of the groups. This is group coaching. In that case, please send me an email from my booking page from the link in the description box below. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.